I recently sat down to speak with Linda, one of the members of my live Spanish-speaking coaching program, Elevate Spanish Accelerator. When Linda came to us, she very much desired to be able to have conversations in Spanish with her Spanish-speaking relatives and other members of her community. So we sat down to talk about her experience so far in Elevate, her Spanish journey overall, and she was so kind as to allow me to share her journey with you today. As you watch, I want you to think about the difference that having a personalized plan could have in your own Spanish learning journey. Comencemos, amigos.
There are times when I actually will think of something in Spanish. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. I feel so good. First off, Carlos is amazing, and Janet equally as amazing. Mm-hmm. I think we match well. I'm a talker, and he's a good listener, but he's also a talker. And he hears what I say, and then he comes back with my reading assignments are always things that are interesting to me. He heard me say something about this, that he'll come back with something we're talking about Barcelona. Mm-hmm. He came back with Barcelona. He was telling me about him moving to Chiapas until he gets his place. So next thing you know, I'm reading about Chiapas, and he's all these pictures. I'm he hears me. Yeah. And that's important because it's I'm not just talking to a robot. Su madre and su familia hablan español más del tiempo.
Okay. La mayoría del tiempo.
Sí, mayoría del tiempo. Sí, mayoría del tiempo.
Hablan español.
Sobrino grande, older, es aprendiendo mucho español. Él habla español muy bien. And he has me slowing down because I talk fast in English. I think quick or fast because you just have to slow down a little bit because it's there. You just have to slow down. And it's okay if you slow down because if you slow down, who you're talking to will also slow down.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm really? I guess I didn't think about it like that. Mm-hmm. I trip over my tongue sometimes trying to get it all out because my brain goes, just slow down. It's okay. Okay. I'm slowing down. De ser parte de algo tan enriquecedor.
Muy bien. Enriquecedor.
Enriquecedor.
Muy bien, Linda. Excelente. Bravo.
Getting a workout. Having structure makes such a huge difference. It really, really does. It's like having a roadmap, and I don't have to make my roadmap because I don't know the roadmap to make. So hoy estoy en la apartamento de mi hijo en Nueva York.
Wow.
Sí, yo estaré aquí hasta el sábado por la mañana. El domingo por la mañana.
Have you talked to your
Yes,
nephew?
Oh my God. Yeah. That was so fun because for Thanksgiving they were here. He looked at me, hola tía. I'm like, ¿cómo estás? He goes, bien. ¿Y tú? I said, estoy bien. And then we just a little bit at a time because he never talks to me in Spanish.
Right.
And he's like, wait, my tia is talking to me in Spanish. Because because in his household, they're completely bilingual. Mm-hmm. So his mom is from Dominican Republic. His dad, of course, is not. It's more than hola, ¿qué pasa? And
he was probably shocked. What's my hearing right now?
I'm I said to him, do you know what today is? He goes, Thanksgiving. I said, sí, el día de acción de gracias. He's like, yeah. And so it was a little wow. Yeah, speaking to me. And I know I made some mistakes, but we had a little chat. And then I'm like, okay, go play with your cousins. And he was like, okay. Adios, tía. I'm adios. It was a little but it meant the world to me. Yeah. And for me to say, do you know what today is? And what did you do in school last week? Little questions. He's like, wait, that's way more than she's ever said before. Yo fui a las tiendas, diferentes tiendas. Fui a diferentes diferentes tiendas para comprar la comida para el Día de Acción de Gracias. Y también compré vegetales y algunas otras cosas. Y mañana iré también a la supermercado por los ingredientes pequeños. Hoy compré las cosas grandes.
Okay. Excelente, Linda.
On my own, I would never be. There are times when I actually will think of something in Spanish. That's crazy. Like I'm going, well, how do you say that? And I go look it up. I'm like, wow, I really want to know how to say that. Or I'm thinking about it, I'm looking at something, I'm going, okay. And I'm like, did I just think like that? Oh my God, it kind of catches me. Particularly leading up to and right after class, because, I'm prepping and everything. So my brain is all in Spanish mode.
If you're kind of just on your own and thinking, as we do, try to say, I'm going to think in Spanish. I remember doing that myself, when I was in the beginning stages, but I knew some. And I was like, I think I'm going to try to think in Spanish and see how that goes. I mean, at first I had to be very deliberate about it. But then it just started to help with the speaking as well, because you're taking time to organize your thoughts and kind of figure it out, even if everything is not perfect. But I was amazed how it started to help the words come out coherently in speech as well. And then, I think it's Spanish all the time now.
Durante el verano pasado, mis hijos y yo fuimos a Barcelona. Un lugar fue más emocionante, más interesante. Fue la iglesia, se llama La Familia.
La Sagrada Familia.
La Sagrada Familia, sí. So I take this class in the senior center, or was anyway. And when you made a correction, you got stopped. And it was hard to continue on because you stopped and now you spend whatever time making that correction. I don't know how to explain. And then it's okay, now I got to pick up and go forward. It's really hard. It broke the continuity of what it was you're trying, the flow, right? But they're both really good at going, okay, that's estaré. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Estaré, da, 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 da. And I keep going. They didn't break my flow, which was great. Because I have a lot to say.
Yeah. And I love hearing that, because when you are just kind of flowing with the Spanish, you're actually using a different part of your brain than when you're kind of just actively breaking down some grammar. And so it's true what you say, that if it's just kind of constant corrections, or if they're done in a certain way, it just kind of, it can actually impede your fluency. And we want you to be able to increase your fluency. And then there's the part of the class where we're working on the accuracy, right? So, it's two different parts, but they work in harmony to overall improve your overall Spanish.
Te recomiendo que bebas mucha agua y comas más vegetales.
Más vegetales, okay.
He's introduced me to so many tenses, and I know them, but they're all floating around in my head. But I'm trying really hard. I will be visitare.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. Okay. Y en los sábados, la familia iba a la iglesia.
Okay. Perfect, Linda. How would you say love the family and I? How would you say that? Your sentence was perfect.
La familia y yo íbamos
Perfect.
A la iglesia.
Yes.
So having someone who knows what to do, say, this is your roadmap, Linda, let's do it. I'm like, okay, I follow directions really well. And it's just been a really good match.
Linda, thank you so much for allowing us to share your experience. Your progress has been astounding. We are so proud of you. Guys, show Linda some love here in the comments below and be sure to like this video. One of my biggest takeaways from our conversation is that having a personalized learning plan designed around the reasons why you are learning Spanish, along with a roadmap to give you the structure that you need to get to where you want to go, makes all the difference. And you may need help to design your roadmap. Notice that Linda recognized that she needed some structure, but she said, I don't know the roadmap to design on my own. And that's a very common experience among a lot of language learners. That's really why Elevate was born and why we design a roadmap around your personal needs and goals, and also just the way that you enjoy learning, because that makes a difference too. And then we work with you every step of the way to implement your plan. If you would like to know more about how the Elevate program works or even apply for it yourself, the first step is to take my free introductory training. You're going to walk away with valuable tips that you can apply in your language learning immediately. And then if you would like to take that next step with us for us to help you implement that plan that we can help you design, then you will be invited to work with us in Elevate. You can find the free introductory training, which is step number 1, at ericraylanguage.com/90 days. Now that page will either let you immediately register for the next showing of the next 90 days Spanish workshop, or it may take you to a waiting list just depending on our availability at the present time. If it does, don't worry, simply sign up for the waiting list and we will send you an email as soon as the next showing becomes available. Sometimes I do this workshop live. Sometimes I have previous replays available. Either way, it's going to give you a very good idea of the Elevate methodology. And you'll probably be able to determine if it sounds like something that you have been looking for. Again, you can go to that workshop by going to ericraylanguage.com/90 days or clicking the link below in the description box. I'll also leave a link for you to check out some other experiences from some of our other Elevate members as well. We sincerely hope to work with you very soon. Hasta pronto, amigos.